So
I
this
do the
rap,
same.
you know what I'm saying? So the rap was supposed to do this joint for me, but I was patient. And then I said, fuck, let me contact him, which is something I don't like doing. Yo, oh, I got you, King. Da, da, da. All right, cool. Boom. It didn't happen, right? So I said, fuck that. I ain't calling this dude no more. Like, it ain't that serious. Now the pride is taking over.
Taking over.
And the other mega, like, fuck, it ain't that serious, nigga.
Sleeping dragon woke
So
up.
now the sleeping dragon woke up. But now, during this whole time, I was sending Nas beats from all over the world.
Whoa.
He's like, he didn't want that beat. This one's too slow. I'm talking about fire too.
Yeah.
This one's too slow. Then I sent him the beat that homie fronted on. He said, yeah, I like this one. So if the dude would have did the verse, I wouldn't have had another song.
Features. See? That's how that works. That's how that works. So
Universe speaks.
that's how that works. Yo, man, it's what it is. Yo, you gotta keep pushing.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, there's two lessons in that. You gotta know when to say fuck you to somebody in a smooth way.
Right.
But also you gotta have empathy. You gotta be patient. Because impatience, you playing yourself and you could ruin a relationship with that.
Right.
Like, let's just say I'd have been impatient with situations with this album, a lot of things wouldn't have happened. Like, I waited for my Nas verse for like a year.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I understand all the stuff that he does, and I know I'm big. There's people that wait for me. You know, like, I tell myself, how am I be upset with an artist for taking long when I take long? Like, sometimes people want me to do a verse, and it's like, I'll take long because I'm so fucking busy.
Right.
So it's like, I take that into consideration. But patience is one of the greatest acquisitions you could have in life. Because once you get patient, you less stress, and life comes to you. It's like life is in slow motion now. You see how to maneuver better. When you're impatient, you make erratic decisions. You might get mad at somebody, oh, fuck you. All right, MECC, I ain't fuck with you. And then only to regret it later. Because you wasn't patient.
Right.
So me being patient benefited me. Me being patient, that's how I got Harry Fraud on my album, Lloyd Banks, Nas.
Street Runners.
And I didn't want to, Street Runners was one of the last guys that gave me the joint. So I didn't want to rush the album. I said, fuck it, I was patient, and it came out beautiful. So that's a lesson to young people. Don't always think somebody fronting on you when they don't do it when you want them to do it. They really be busy.
Right.
And you gotta hold yourself, you gotta hold them to the same standard you hold yourself to. So
Right.
if you don't rush to do something for people, or if you're busy, what makes you think that person ain't busy?
That's a
Especially if that
fact.
person is bigger than you.
That's a fact.
So that's a gem.
Shout out to Tragedy, because he gave me some time. He was putting something together, and I was, you know what I mean, trying to get the show in order and all that. And he sent the joint through, gave him like 30 bars. Shout out to Trad. Then he sent me a beat back that's fire. Yeah, we gonna nuts. But that patience, it's real. If I wasn't patient enough to, or I didn't have the mindset of, let me see what else I could do. This show wouldn't be going on right now. You know what I'm saying? If you didn't have the mindset of, all right, that ain't work out, let me see what else I could do. Because some people just stop on that, that one disappointment.
I hate
And
those
they're
people.
like, see, this is why I don't be doing stuff.
I told you it wasn't gonna
they
work.
just go off and you know what I mean? They never find out what was possible.
Right.
Patience is key. I appreciate you
And
saying
being
that.
a hustler.
That hustle meant
Perseverant with certain
Yeah,
shit.
you have. That's another thing.
Like if you look at losing like it ain't no option, you never gonna lose.
But it's one thing to be patient when something doesn't work out. I get that. Totally get that. It's another thing to exercise patience when you're being blackballed, because that needs to come with restraint. Someone is it's not like the record just didn't sell. Someone actively did this to you, or someone actively covered your shit up, or turned the volume down, or hit the mute button on your shit specifically. That takes not just patience, but you got to have restraint to not go after.
You ever read the Bible and it says when Moses went before Pharaoh, it said God hardened his heart. So God purposely made Pharaoh say, "No, I'm not letting nobody go." Just so all the miracles could happen. So sometimes you get put in a position where this person ain't supposed to give that to you. You supposed to find this new road and lead everybody out that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And that's what
still
happened in your
doesn't-
situation.
Still doesn't keep you from
That's
wanting to put
amazing.
your foot in Pharaoh's ass.
It's cool. You know, life does it for you sometimes. Life, you know what I mean? Sometimes you ain't gotta go that way. Sometimes you just look over and be like, oh, y'all still down there? All right, cool.
That sounds nice.
It's what it is.
that sounds nice, but like we used to hear stories. You know what I'm saying? Like there would be like water cooler stories when we were in the source, and like his name would come up, and people, the reactions were always the same. Like, it's a damn shame, like what they did to. You know, fuck, can't believe they did that to that boy. Like, man, and then all the Cormega stories start floating out, as far as how nice he is, and all everybody who loves him, and all the records he's done. Mano came in here and sat here and said you were the first person to put him on a record.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? When we were talking back, all those same kind of stories float back, and then we all end up saying the same thing. Who did that shit? Like who? They're journalists there. They're people who investigate these things on purpose. That's their whole. That's the way their mind works. These stories start coming out. The math ain't mathing. He's got nothing but love in the streets. He's got nothing but respect from his peers. Everybody loves what he does. The numbers is doing what they do. Somebody did this on purpose, and it was always who is responsible specifically.
But again, look at the blessing that came out of it. Now, independently, how much money do you make off of an album sale?
Of the album sale? It
Yeah.
depends on the situation, but a lot of it, a lot of it,
Right.
dollars, not cents.
All right, so a $10 album, you're making, because I've heard 7 being thrown out there.
It depends. If you got 70-30, you're gonna get 7. If you got 80-20, you're gonna get 8. It depends. Like, I'm the type of person. It also depends on if you're gonna sell your album at a discounted rate. Like the Realness 2 came out, I sold it for $7.99. So it's like I lowered the price for the album because I know it was mad inflation. Remember a few months ago, gas prices was retarded.
Yeah.
There was inflation. People's pockets was funny. So it's like I'm not gonna try to charge people crazy amount of money, and when I know they're going through it. It's not just with my music. I do that with my merch too. So it's like I have something autographed. I mean, it got to the point where I had to stop. I was keeping shit so real. Like I'll sell a vinyl signed for $50, and then somebody selling on eBay for $200 or $150. I stopped doing it.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
And this, you can look that shit up.
Right.
Or I can show you a screenshot. That's when I started realizing my value. I'm like, they selling my shit for $250? Or you know what I'm saying? So it's like, wow. So it's like, I base my price on the environment. If there's money out there, I'll make it high. If there's not money out there, I'll make it lower. And it's like with everything, I do clothes too. I'm into clothes, like hard. So I make merch, and I always try to make my merch affordable. Always, you know what I'm saying? And the more your shit sell, the better your brand is anyway. So you're gonna make more money anyway. When your shit is selling and it's hot, other brands are gonna look at you. Like whatever you do is like your resume. It becomes a commodity.
Right.
So that's how I do. So if I do standardly, I could do an album and say, all right, I want $7 off it or $7.50 off it or $8. You know what I'm saying? It depends. It fluctuates. You know what I'm saying? So vinyl, I sell vinyl $50, straight up and down. How much of vinyl make a 50?
That's for the collectors.
You know what I'm saying? And they buy it with no fucking problem. Right now, the Realness 2 CDs are sold out. And we talk about pre-order stage. That means that we didn't even get to the physical yet and they sold out.
Wow.
So obviously we're gonna need more. So it's like that. And that's why, that's why I'm not mad. That's why you see I don't dwell on the past. If you dwell on the past, it's almost like you neglecting the blessings you got now
right.
while stressing that shit. I'm like, I'd be a fool to you know what I'm saying? It's almost like how before I wanted to go back to the game. Why would I go back to the game? I could make that same money now with less risk.
Right.
I don't gotta worry about no secret indictments. I ain't gotta worry about no friends giving me no weird phone calls. Yo, meet me such and such. He trying to set me up with the feds or some shit. I don't gotta worry about those things. I'll make the same fucking money. You know what I'm saying? And I live longer than some of my street icons that I looked up to as a kid. I live longer. I sleep safer. I can't complain.
It's Hoffa, trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rappers. Got bars, I can hang with the backpackers. Trap star, I don't hang with the backpackers. I'm in the hood with the work you heard. Making fiends leave earth you heard. Got your baby mama thirst you heard. Feel the flow, nigga, throw it in reverse. This the wave you need to surf you heard.